This is the Gus and Russ show. I'm Russ.
I'm Gus.
And, man, 2020 sucks. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's been a pretty
It's-
dicey year.
It's been to quote a legend, as far as hitting or missing, it's been all miss. I was going to do the TikTok joke, but fuck it. We have found a few good things of 2020.
Yeah.
There's a few good things that might happen in 2020, but man, we cannot take any guarantees out of 2020, can we?
No.
Nothing is given. And we're gonna discuss a few things that we've liked so far, things we're looking forward to, and I'm gonna let Gus go with the first one. What's your first topic today, Gus?
Sure. I mean, like generally, most of my stuff kind of covers films because that's sort of my forte. In terms of what I've liked so far, I would say as of recently, since like we did the last episode, I would say the Hamilton, a live recording was really good.
It was good. I saw that part at your house.
Yeah, and it was the thing is like I'm really excited to see where this kind of leads because you have a lot of classic musicals that I think are not really given the sort of pop culture reference they might otherwise get if they were actually recorded or filmed. Like, I mean, Hamilton kind of set the stage for that. Granted, it's Hamilton, and obviously it's a pop culture phenomenon, but I mean, there's Phantom of the Opera, there is the Book of Mormon. You could probably, honestly, I think they could have just done a live recording of Cats, and they would have probably actually saved a lot of money on their part versus making the Cats the movie.
Man, Cats movie was terrible.
Yeah, no, but like...
You saw it in theaters, Gus.
I did.
You paid money. You gave them money for this.
I did.
And do you regret your decisions?
I regret most of my decisions, but that's
enough.
like that's
Is that one up there?
For
as far
sure.
as regrettable actions you've done.
I want to see the butthole cut. That's what I want to see.
No one wants to see that, Gus.
I do. I want to see Jason Derulo's little tight sphincter as he prances around drinking cat milk and stuff and acting super horny for no reason.
Was Jason Derulo in that?
Yes, he was.
What a career move, Jason.
So was Taylor Swift. There's no reason she needs...
Taylor Swift actually generally likes cats in general, not the musical, but actual animals. So that she's more convincing to put in that. She's a crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Jason Derulo is Jason fucking Derulo, alright?
Yeah, we know what's crazy. What's also kind of crazy though for
Jason
Hamilton.
Derulo.
No, good for
I'm
you.
doing the Vine joke, yeah, I'm hilarious.
You know what's crazy for Hamilton is that do you have any idea how much money Disney paid Hamilton for the broadcasting rights of that special?
Can I have one question before I give my guess?
Sure.
Was it more than 6 figures?
No. Oh yeah, no. It was 8 figures.
8 figure, Jesus. $27 million.
No, way higher.
It's only 8 figures, so it can't be that much higher.
It's 75 million, so it's about 50 million.
Okay.
75 million just to show it. That's not including marketing thing. That's not including, like, hey, man, Lin-Manuel Miranda made a bank.
He did. Before that, he made bank, but now he made bank.
I mean, gee, that's 75 million. He probably gets most of it because he owns the rights to everything.
He does. Good for him.
And then
Proud of you, Lin.
Proud of you, Lin. like you need it. And then the present film that came out today, the day we're recording this, is called Project Power.
Yes.
It's a Netflix film. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, but
I have not.
So it stars Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and this new chick named Dominique Fishback. But it's set in New Orleans and follows like these couple of people are trying to figure out the source of this new drug called Power, which basically is like this pill that when you take it, it gives you for 5 minutes, it gives you superhuman abilities. So some guys, they're like the Human Torch. Some people get like frozen powers.
Oh, so you don't get to it's a random thing.
It's a random thing, and the thing is also the fact that also you could explode.
Do certain pills give you certain ones, or is it
No,
just take the pill and you do a random thing?
No, it's you take the pill and whatever power you get, you have that power, but in order to activate that power, you have to take the pill. So some people kind of get so powers. So some people like they get the power of invisibility,
Power to chase the dragon.
Other power, no, but like, and there's like super speed, invulnerability, super strength.
Okay, one of those is not like the other. Invulnerability.
Yeah, or like sort
That's
of.
that one out there.
Like quasi invulnerability. Like they can take a bullet to the head and keep trucking.
Question.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's not out yet, so you don't know.
No, it's out today.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Question then.
Yeah.
If you take a bullet to the head while you're on the invincibility drug,
Yeah.
do all the effects come back when the drug wears off?
No, but what it is, so like, what it is like if you take, so like some people have like regeneration powers and stuff like that. So like if you get damaged and you heal, you know, like it'll heal as long as 5 minutes are up. But like the moment that the 5 minutes are up,
Yes.
you're done. And also that kind of leads to like, so like for instance, it's kind of pretty gnarly though too, because one guy has like Human Torch powers.
Yes.
But the thing is, when the 5 minutes are up, he's still on fire, but he no longer has the fire resistance.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a genie's wish.
Yeah, I
How it
know.
always bites you in the ass in some fashion.
The monkey's paw. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's like.
I need to order one of those. Monkey's paw. I want to order. You can buy them on Amazon.
I think I'm pretty sure you can. But
I kind of want to.
it's I mean, and like it's fine enough though. I mean, like it was a really cool concept. Just the story, I don't think really was kind of as interesting as the concept was. I think the best comparison I could probably make is like the first Purge film, not the film, the first Purge, but the actual chronological first Purge film, like Lena Headey,
Yes.
and Ethan Hawke. Where it's
Yes.
a cool concept, it has good actors and some solid scenes. It's just like the writing could have used work.
Yeah.
The actual execution of the premise could have used work. So it kind of like is like The Purge, where the sequels are actually kind of take more advantage of that premise and kind of go crazy with it.
Once the sequels to The Purge came out, they took a lot more liberties with what they're doing, and it got a lot better.
Yeah, they did, and I hope it's the same thing with Project Power, where they kind of like there's like, you know what, we're gonna go a crazy new direction and like explore it more, and I think that would have been kind of cool. So that's kind of like in the present moment. Outside of Umbrella Academy season 2, also.
I finished that the other day.
Yeah, that was also pretty good.
And I'm a big fan of Umbrella Academy. I got a little confused during the second season a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I realized it's based on a comic book. I can just go read the comic book if I want to figure out the answers.
Yeah.
It was not as big of an issue as I was making out to be at the time. But I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. I think they've explored some very unique themes to it while keeping it lighthearted and fun.
Yeah, I think it's like the improvement they made is like I think this first season kind of suffered from way too many tonal shifts, and this one they kind of like, no, we're gonna keep it light and breezy, just kind of going through the motions. Like it has heart, but like it keeps it generally pretty fun.
And a question for you.
Yeah.
All the kids have their own little subplot happening on the second season.
Yeah.
Because they're all in different parts of. I mean, they're in the 60s, but they're all different roles in the 60s.
Yep.
What was your favorite subplot in all of them?
What's my favorite subplot in all of them? That's a good question. I liked. I mean, Five to me is always the most interesting character, just because of but I liked. I'm trying to think here. It's not really the subplots; it's more so the character interactions.
I have mine. I like the Klaus cult plot.
Oh, Klaus cult.
That's
That one.
fun.
I'll say this. I liked Ben's plot line of him trying to kind of like slowly sort of come to sort of like find his own sort of niche in the family and sort of his role and like kind of like how he
Now that he's dead.
and how he's dead. Yeah, which is not a spoiler by the way. Like that's literally the first episode.
Yeah, it just happens.
It's just like he's kind of introduces Ben, the dead one.
If it was a spoiler, fuck you. I'm sorry. That was aggressive.
That was super aggressive.
But no, it's a good show. I like it.
And
The only gripe with the show is some of the special effects. They get a little corny at times if you pay attention.
they can, but I mean, the thing is like what they're asking for, like especially that first scene. That's a lot. I mean, that's like you would need some serious like Marvel movie money to kind of make that work.
I mean, Gerard Way's got My Chemical Romance money.
That's not 200 million.
It's still more than Wolversea.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, 200 million is 200 million. Like that's how much a Marvel movie costs nowadays. So after that, I kind of shoot through these pretty quickly. So after that is Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is the
I
third.
have seen one trailer for that.
I'm excited to see it just because I like. I mean, I think
Keanu's in it.
Keanu's in it. Alex Winter's back.
The other one's in it.
I think it's an interesting premise. I think it can go. I mean, put some respect on Alex Winter's name, man.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
And I think I think it actually. Yeah, hopefully it won't be that bad.
I hope it's not a Dumb and Dumber 2 situation.
I mean, they already did the sequel, Bogus Journey. So, but after that's the New Mutants, which is getting with this film, I'm never going to say it's a definitive release, but so far, definitive release is August 28th. As is Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Those are both very speculative.
They are. After that is probably most speculative to me is it was Tenet, which is coming out August 26th internationally, then the 3rd of September in the U.S. And the thing about that, though, is that AMC, which is the largest theater chain in America, has said we're opening theaters August 20th.
That is very ballsy of them.
I know,
to say.
30% capacity. I mean, they're taking it pretty seriously.
In 30% capacity, yes, but
30% capacity, mandatory mask, and they're offering pretty good deals. Like they're 15-cent tickets for like they're doing classic movie nights like Empire Strikes Back and like The Goonies and stuff. But granted, that's I don't know.
There's only one movie that's gonna get me in that theater.
What's that?
Antlers.
I'm gonna go see Tenet probably September 3rd.
By the way, while I say that, has there been any announcement on Antlers? Because we were both excited for that.
So far, they've kind of said 2021. I think.
It looks so good.
That's what it is. After that, September 4th, like after Tenet, like the day after, is Mulan on Disney Plus or maybe theaters.
Don't I still have to pay for it though, even though it's on? They're already paying for it.
Yeah,
Plus.
so Mulan's doing this weird thing where it's $6. So obviously you have Disney Plus, which is $6 a month.
Yes.
And I think it's
like
$30.
It's $29. It's like $29 and change.
Yeah, it's $30.
Yes.
Basically, to watch, which is kind of. I mean, granted, if you're like me and you come from a big family, $30 is not that bad. But if it's just you, that's kind of bullshit.
Here's my issue with it. You're already paying for the service that's coming on.
Yeah.
Either use the cost of that service to subsidize the cost of the movie, or don't release it on the service and just make it rentable on what's that? What was it? Showtime?
Yeah,
on cable.
Well, VOD. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing they're hoping for is that it draws more people to Disney Plus, and also the fact that most other markets, most markets won't care enough. That means because it's Mulan, and obviously people are kind of really looking forward to that one. And I'm interested to see what the director does, Nikki Caro, because she's mostly done indie dramas up until this point. This is her first film. I think it's actually made for more than $100 million. So I'm interested to see kind of what she does with it. Because taking an indie director to make a big budget film sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But you'll see. Then also the same day, though, what I'm way more interested in seeing is the new Netflix film, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is Charlie Kaufman film, who is mostly known for writing Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind, adaptation. He also directed Synecdoche, New York, and it's this psychological thriller starring Jesse Plemons, Meth Damon.
Yes. And
kind of him and his relationship with his girlfriend is deteriorating, and they're the middle of nowhere. It's a whole thing. But it's just because it's him, I'm interested in seeing it.
I'm trying to see what else on your list.
Oh, I got a good bit.
I know, I'm trying to read so I can see if I know any of this.
September 16th, The Devil All the Time, which is the new Netflix film with Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland. It's the trailer kind of left very little in terms of what it actually is about, but it's got a pretty stacked cast.
I mean, after seeing The Lighthouse,
yeah,
if Robert's in it, I'll probably look at it.
He's damn good in everything.
He really is. He is. I think he's. People are gonna get. You're probably gonna mad for this.
Yeah.
I still think he's an underrated actor.
No one does. No, I think at this point, if you watch, if you go out and watch films like The Lighthouse, most people kind of know that Robert Pattinson is legit.
Okay.
I think honestly, since if you said 2014,
I think he still gets a lot of shit from Twilight though.
He does, but they all do, because Kristen Stewart is probably.
She's carved herself out a nice little niche now.
The thing is, I think it's just the films themselves, because I went to go back to watch her earlier stuff, like Speak, 2004, which was a sexual assault survivor. She's really good in that, too.
There's only one that really didn't survive that is Jacob.
Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
He did do now? He did a BBC show for a while, And then after that, he kind of since has kind of come back to the States, and I think he's really done a lot. He was in an Adam Sandler film. I think he's just kind of chilling. He's probably made his money. So.
I hope so.
After that, going through these, so and that next up is like a lot of is the Kingsman, which is the Kingsman prequel with Ralph Fiennes Voldemort. Second World War I seems cool. Wonder Woman 1984. The first Wonder Woman was pretty good. I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel.
They've had Wonder Woman 1984 pops in Target for like 10 years now.
I know.
And I don't know if this was a super delayed release of the movie.
Yeah.
Or because I keep seeing stuff like especially Target. Sorry to interrupt Target. For Wonder Woman 84, it's like, when is this gonna come out? Is it already out? I haven't heard any of this.
October 2nd.
I hope so.
And then here's the thing where the film that I'm really kind of shaky on is Candyman, which is based off it's a remake of the horror classic with Tony Todd, where the rest thinks apparently is terrible for.
No, I think Tony did a good job. I just think the movie itself is okay.
I think you're a piece of shit for even suggesting that. It is a horror. Look, it is a psychological horror classic. All right, it's like The Black Shining. All right.
Is it though?
Yeah, I mean, before Get Out, I would say Candyman is it has a lot of great messages on race and actually not messages, but subtext on race, on poverty.
I'm trying to figure out if you're describing it to Shining based off theme, or if you're saying just success.
Well, not really success. The Shining's more successful. I said more so kind of in tone and sort of kind of style.
Okay. You know what?
Where it's kind of fantastical and it's very slow burn, but it gets really creepy.
You know what? I'll give you that. You can have that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Trial of the Chicago 7, which is Aaron Sorkin's new joint. I only like it because Aaron Sorkin. I mean, I know he gets a lot of crap because his writing is always very unrealistic, but I mean, it's fun to listen to. October 23rd, Death on the Nile, which is the sequel to Murder on the Orient Express.
I didn't see that.
No, you did. Do you know who Kenneth Branagh is? No, you don't, because you know what? You haven't seen the Harry Potter films or even read the books.
No, I've seen a few of the Harry Potter films.
Oh, did you?
I read one of the books.
Have you seen the second one with the snake?
No.
Okay, well.
I started on the third one.
Yep. After that, it's Black Widow, which was supposed to come out in May, and then now
that got really delayed.
Yeah, that's coming out in November.
Oh, No Time to Die is on your list.
Yeah. So yeah, November. So this is when it starts. Things kind of start to condense a bit.
Got you.
So November 20, because the thing is, you only have 4 months now to release all the 2020 shit.
Yes.
So Soul is coming out. That's Pixar's new film.
Okay.
And then No Time to Die's new James Bond film, which
Yes.
I'm excited to see.
I mean, I like Daniel Craig, so
yeah,
I'm down for that.
December 11th is Free Guy, which is it's Ryan Reynolds' new film, or with his new vehicle, where he stars as an NPC in a video game who realizes that he's an NPC.
I saw that.
Yeah,
because the trailer gets really weird.
It does
really fast.
And it's a video game, so
the trailer gets weird so fast.
I mean, the idea is it's basically him just kind of chilling in Los Santos. I mean,
essentially.
Yeah. And then December 18th is
that the Dune? I think it is.
Yeah, it's 3 films that I am very kind of either be really good weekend or really bad weekend.
Is that Dune exactly what I think it is?
Yeah, it's Dune by Denis Villeneuve. It is then West Side.
The classic video game Dune that basically set. Well, I mean, it's that's a movie. But the video game itself, Dune, it basically set the entire tone for real-time strategy, and it's a groundbreaking thing. Remember that?
I don't know about that. I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember this at all? No, the video game Dune went off the movie. It took a turn, but it's considered one of the godfathers of real-time strategy.
I did not know that. I only knew Dune due to the film, the '84 David Lynch film, and then the book by Frank Herbert. Also, the 2000s sci-fi original miniseries.
Yes.
That a friend of ours kind of gave me and I watched it. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty legit. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's by Denis Villeneuve.
Okay.
Right? West Side Story by Steven Spielberg. And Coming to America, which I don't know who the director is, but it's a sequel to Coming to America.
Okay.
But it's got 2 instead of the word 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone got paid a lot for that title.
I know, right? So these 3 films are obviously remakes or they are adaptations of beloved pieces of media.
Yes.
Michael Bay said that West Side Story is his favorite film. So this I mean. I don't know about Coming to America. I don't know about that. But Dune and West Side Story, I have the most faith in Dune. Because to me, Steven Spielberg is, he's solid still, but early, like he's just, he's just kind of like
Tired.
Yeah, tired, but kind of tired. I guess that's fair. I mean, he's like his films are like Ready Player One and like the BFG are just kind of like they're fine. They
But
still
nothing
work.
groundbreaking.
Yeah, it's not as good as his 80s and 90s.
Nothing he's staying up for like 80 hours on end trying to pull off.
Yeah.
Just stuff he can do.
Meanwhile, other directors working today, I feel that the best choice for Dune was Denis Villeneuve. I can't think of another director who could probably do it as well as he could.
Fair enough.
Um,
Now, I'm willing to give it a watch. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically all the films that I'm personally excited for. I mean, outside of that, the only thing I can note is honestly Cyberpunk, but I didn't really focus on that because focused on the last time we did this.
Yeah,
and
you've
that was,
had a rant on that before.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's still coming out November 19th. Ideally, it's
Nothing new. There's nothing new since you last discussed it.
No, it's just like new gameplay videos and stuff, which looks sick. My opinion hasn't changed. I'm
Yeah.
still really hyped for it.
You've been hyped for this for a while.
Well, it's because it's been in like sort of like hiatus for a while, like
Sure
everything
has.
else. All right, so that's kind of like everything in terms of film that I can think of that's like major or pop culture or that I'm actually interested in. What do you got for term? Do you have like any music?
I do. One of my favorite musicians, Jake Bugg, out of England. We did one of his albums for one of our challenges.
that overrated indie guy.
Man, fuck you. I like him a lot. He's a very talented guitar player. Regardless of what you think of his singing or songwriting, he is a objectively very skilled guitar player.
I'll give you that.
And he's done a few singles. He did Rabbit Hole. That's a good one. It has a nice like 70s vibe to it. Especially if you look at the cover art, you can kind of get it.
Yep.
A lot of bright colors, like this like dot art on his face. It's good. It's a good song. It's a simple song. I'll give him that. I mean, it's one of those songs that focuses around like one main kind of like riff on the guitar and never really changes from that. But it's one of those songs that it's fun. He did a deeper song after that, before that actually. I think I have to think of release dates. Called "Stairs of the City." That was a good one. He's had a few good singles in a row. I'm very excited for this to hopefully lead to a new album. I'm sure all efforts as far as that goes are kind of iffy with the pandemic happening, but I do hope it leads to a new album. I think he's made leaps and bounds as far as like improvement goes in his songwriting and his stylistic choices, and I'm excited because his last album I liked it a lot. Kind of got panned a little bit by a lot of his fans, but I thought he was making the right leaps for his skill sets, and so I'm very excited to see what happens there. Another band I like, changing tonal gears entirely, was it's a metal band called Primal Fear. I like them a lot. They had they had a really good album come out when I was in high school, and I think whoever named it did a shit job because it's called Metal Commando. I don't know how.
That's a dope ass name. I don't even know what you're talking about, Russ.
They're not war themed as a band. They're not Sabaton.
Maybe they're just not wearing underwear. You ever think of that?
You know what? Actually, if their singer came up to me and said that, and that was why it's called that, I would take everything I just said back, because that'd be genius. But for them, it's a big return to form for what because their last album, Apocalypse, it had one or two songs. It wasn't that good. It was very meandering. It was very, and they did one of those things where I'm sure you can relate to this a lot more than I can, just because you don't listen to it as much. But I'm sure you'll be able to tell easier when an artist is just trying to like rip through a song speed-wise and make it all heavy and fast, but there's nothing in it. That was their last album, Apocalypse. It was very fast, very heavy, but they didn't really say anything. They didn't really achieve anything. It was just like 2 minutes of really fast shit, and that was it.
Whoa, Doc, that's heavy.
But this new album, it's good. They had line of good singles for it. I don't think the song I'm thinking of was a single, but it's my favorite. Hear Me Calling, great song. And then, finally on music, a band me and Gus both like a lot, Ghost. They're still hoping to release something early 2021.
I actually hate Ghost. I only like them so that you take me to a mini concert. Just
Well, damn.
not
What
really.
a plot twist.
Not really.
But they're supposed to. They still are saying they want to release things early 2021. And if they do, I'm all for it.
Yes,
I saw the look you gave me. It's very bold for them to say that, but I would like it.
The thing is, like, I think from what I've heard is that most people say a vaccine will be super widespread by like summer of 2021. I think is what everyone's kind of most of the like main pharmaceutical companies are saying, like, yeah, summer 2021.
Yes.
So let's see. I know Russia is like, we made a vaccine, but
leave my country alone.
Russ, if there's one thing that okay, just be fair. Let's not forget that company that country with its top of the line medical care that created a top of the line vaccine.
Yes.
Also made you. So
You know what? You get a 10 for that joke. That was good. I like it. You had a nice build up there. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I am a disaster. I'm not going to deny that.
If you're their idea of what a healthy person is, I imagine the vaccine is literally probably just like, I don't know, vodka mixed with the juices of like borscht.
I mean, I literally ate dog food about an hour ago for this show. So I mean, yeah, that's where my standards lie.
That's actually fair. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, does anything that's happened any more shock you? No.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's no way Ghost can tour for this album, but I hope they release something. Their last album, some people got mad about it for some reason. I loved it. You liked it. It's a good album. I want to see where they go from there. They finally made Cornucopia Papa 4 through a very convoluted. You'd like the little videos they do on YouTube where they had little storylines. Well shot. But I hope there was something. The last single they did, 7 Inches of Satanic Panic. Their little 60s and 70s theme single. Good. Mary on a Cross. Great song. Kiss the Go-Goat. Also wonderful. 10 out of 10. And then, in the meantime, I've been playing a lot of video games lately. I say lately like I don't always do it. But
now you've had a lot more time than usual to play them.
I have PS4, and they finally released Cuphead on the PS4 like 2 weeks ago. Love it. Hard as shit. I'm very bad at it. Love it though. I can absolutely see why it was so well regarded. And then I don't know if you've played it yet.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. It's a stupid game, but it's so much fun.
I've not played that game yet. I've kind of, or something well enough to know that I'm kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to video games. I play a lot of I play a lot of Madden.
A lot of Madden, a lot of Skyrim. You like your Skyrim.
I like Skyrim, but I don't play as much. I played it like in the beginning of when I was of like the quarantine.
You've still played it at least 40 times more than I ever have, and I've almost beaten the game.
Well, that's the thing is like I've beaten the game like 3 or 4 times, but at the same time, I think that's just more due to the fact that Russ just doesn't. I don't know if you really ever like actually.
You explore more than I do.
Yeah, you don't really play through anything because, like, again, I'll reiterate this. I bought him some of the most acclaimed games of the PS3 generation. I think, and I can see them right there collecting dust. I don't think he's beaten a single fucking one of them. He's owned them for 4 years.
Well, I once got Gus Donut they didn't finish, so who's the real villain here?
I once got you dog food that you didn't finish. You know what? Actually, prove me wrong. Go finish that dog food in the trash can.
No! I'm sorry. And back to Fall Guys.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. It's stupid. Me and my coworkers have played it. It is addictive though. It's one of those games where you just like, because you'll look at it and be like, this is some stupid fucking shit, but I want to win. It does very well on because they hit it very well as a battle royale. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. You start with like 40 of you. You whittle your way down to 1 through various rounds.
So, based on the gameplay I've seen, is it kind of like sort of like those game shows like Wipeout, where like there's
basically take Wipeout, put 40 people on the course at once, and go.
Oh yeah.
It is, but it does do very well, like getting your like inner urge. I gotta fucking win this. You can also put your character in fun costumes.
Oh, that makes it all worth it, doesn't it?
Like my buddy was a pigeon the other day. And I was a tiger. It makes it all worth it.
I'm sure it does.
And then, as far as games go, there's there haven't been a lot of big releases I'm too excited about.
Well, actually, there's I thought you said that you weren't excited about. Before you said the last part, I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't think you actually really.
I might get it if it's like a decent price, but I don't.
Yeah, you might get it like 2 years from now. You might be like by the end of this decade. So.
I don't know. Just it didn't. Whenever I watch the trailer, it doesn't really scream out to me as something I like really want to play through.
That's fair. I mean, like, I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess like.
I mean, if Fallout 5 wants to happen, that'd be sick.
After Fallout 76, I'm not really.
If Far Cry 6 wants to happen, I'm down for that.
Far Cry 6 is happening. They just released a trailer.
It is, but it's not in my hands.
All right. Yeah, I'd say Far Cry 6. I'd say I'm interested to see what Assassin's Creed Valhalla does, but I'm not like holding out hope.
I mean, the past few Assassin's Creeds, they've been okay. They've redeemed themselves from what they were becoming.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't say they're back to like Assassin's Creed 2, like where it's that good.
Yeah, no. Well, Assassin's Creed 2 I think was kind of lightning the bottle. I think it's kind of what I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I know I've said this before, where it's you have like two groups of Assassin's Creed fans. Some of the fans who they like the classic gameplay, and after Unity kind of like after that they're kind of like it kind of goes downhill. I don't really play any of those games, and the other half that actually really dug the whole thing with like them shifting to action RPG and are cool with it. So I don't know. I mean, I think they kind of had to because the thing is with Assassin's Creed is like once you have people who have played a game system for long, like a series long enough, they know the controls, they know the combat system in and out. So if you're not really modifying it that greatly, by the end of it, all of the combat becomes kind of just like pretty, whatever. No real challenge, no real like progression. So it's pretty boring to play through, which is not good when you have something that's supposed to be like a 40-hour experience.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I understand why they had to do it, and also.
You can keep talking. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, but you can keep on your point.
All right.
I'll edit that out.
Yeah, meantime, Russ is going to go to the potty like a big boy while I just keep talking. No, but I think the main thing is just that it, I think the main thing is like the series is kind of like shifting and turning. You kind of have to go a certain direction, they want, whatever. Outside that, Watch Dogs Legion, which is also by Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Outside of that, I can't think of anything else like in terms of this year because everything's been kind of postponed.
Everyone's either been postponed or it's been something bad that happened.
Yeah, so
a lot of negative shit happened this year.
Yeah, just want to kind of call it here.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've ran the course on like all the good shit.
All right,
but that's been really our favorites of this year. There's not a lot of favorites this year. It's been kind of a shit year.
Yeah.
But you have to find the brightness somewhere, don't you? Sure.
Or drown darkness.
Yeah.
That's what I know what you like to do, you little emo boy.
Yeah, you know who I am. But I've been Russ.
I've been Gus.
And this has just been a nice little relaxing, little fun podcast.
That also is about to become a snuff film because I'm about to kill Russ.
Well, this is a snuff podcast.
Well, what if I record you dying?
I'll leave this in. For evidence.
Yeah.
Bye.
Because this records sound that makes it premeditated.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.